Parents, have you ever seen your child brilliant at chess, but suddenly in tournaments gets stressed, loses focus, or gives up too soon? In cricket, you lose once, it's done. In tennis, you play 3 sets, win 2, lose 1, done. But in chess, your child plays 9 or sometimes 11 games back to back. One loss, and within minutes, they must rise again. And that's not chess, that's resilience. It's concentration and dynamic decision making. With Women International Master Arpita Mukherjee ji, we will uncover how parents can help children train not just their moves but their minds. Watch this video, you can't afford to miss. So, Arpita ji, our first question from parent is what is the right age for the chess?
Okay, as a chess teacher, nowadays I often get asked this question that when should my children start the chess? At which age? I think many children are ready to begin learning chess at the very basic age, like around 5-6 years old. Once they can sit and focus with the chess and understand simple rules of chess, and also I think they should enjoy the game specifically with every day. And yeah, I think the age is not the key itself, but nurturing the curiosity, making learning enjoyable, and allowing the child to progress at their own space is really important nowadays. I think that everybody should look about it.
Yeah, but normally when parents come to me, they ask, my child is 3 years old. Can my
Yes.
child start chess? So, what would you suggest? I mean, what is the right age to start?
I think there is no such right age. You can start when you are like 5-6. You can start like that. But if you feel like at the age of 3-4 as well, they can start if they want. Basically, they should enjoy the game of chess. They learn and with the patience. Basically, chess is a very interesting game once they know it and they understand it. So I think that understanding comes with certain age. So I think before 5-6 they should enjoy and they should just help with their curiosity by their parents, and after 5-6 they should understand and learn the structured training. They should start like that.
Yeah. And there is one child named Anish Sarkar. We saw him
Okay.
like 3.5 to 4 years, and he was doing good.
Yes.
He even got international rating. That is where this question has started coming. So people.
Yes, I think.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I think he started because I think he was interested. He can sit and he can learn. I think Anish Shaka is also a student of DGDBC, the Bendapura Chess Academy, where I also go and learn. I think he can sit and he can learn. So that's why he got the initiative. I mean, their parents got the initiative to help the child. I think that's how it should be. I mean, one parent should know their child the best. There is no certain age, but I think from 6-7 the structured training programs start. But yes, if your child is 3-4 and they're very curious about chess, then of course, why not? You should definitely go and tell them to learn, because it's a mind game. It does not help on the board, it also helps over the board. It will always help you to take the right decisions in life.
Yeah, so the moment child starts enjoying, you can start chess.
Definitely. There is no certain age, I think.
Okay. And I would like to ask my parents, do you feel that that chess is not just calculation, it's emotion, it's psychology, it's resilience, and that's why in our cognitive training programs, Brighter Minds, we empower and enable children through mind training. So Arpita ji, one more parent is asking, my child is a professional chess player, and whenever he starts losing, that means he's in a bad position, he mentally gives up and doesn't give that fight back. What would you like to suggest for that?
Yeah, okay. I think mentally give up should not happen, and it doesn't happen like that. Okay, as a player, I think I can say if we don't give up at that moment, we are very sad. We are not just giving up, we are very sad. So I think as a parent, I think my parents, when I was very young, like I still remember I was playing under 17 national in Coimbatore. Before the last round, I was very tensed. I was like, what should I do? Because I think if I would have won that match, I would have become the champion. I was leading. I couldn't sleep the whole night. I mean, the sleep was not coming. I was awake. My mom told me one thing I still remember,
Hmm.
that always remember that whatever you learn from your past will help you in the future,
Hmm.
and live in the present. Don't worry about the future and the past. You are learning from your past, use it in the future,
Hmm.
but don't get bothered what will happen. What will happen will always happen. What is in your hand, you can give your best.
Hmm.
So I think giving your best is the most important thing. And okay, yeah, I mean, I was also giving up at that position, but okay, I think the parents always come up with some ideas to help their children. Also, my parents also did the same thing. I think, yeah, it really helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so leave all the worries and just focus on the moment at that particular time when you are playing, right?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. It
But
really
is it
helps.
is it not very difficult to say that just focus and don't worry about results? But because every player would be worrying about the result, isn't it?
Yes, that is right, ma'am. Everybody will be focusing on the result. But what we can learn that we should learn each step, not by the result. Like, result is just a number, 1001, whatever happens on the chessboard, or maybe draw. It's just a number. I mean, rating as well, it's just a number. The performance, everything is just a number. Until I am playing a good game, I am satisfied with my game. That's what the main thing is,
Mm. Just
I think.
just give me a minute. Yeah, I request
Sure.
everyone to please mute yourself because otherwise it will disturb everyone. Thank you for your understanding. Yeah.
Yes.
So when it comes to number, ma'am, every parent is curious to know how much practice is enough to reach 2000 plus rating.
Okay. I think, ma'am, it's about, I always remember, and I always say to my students as well, that it's always quality over quantity. You
Mm.
must practice how much time you feel you want to do. Minimum, I think, if you want to become a professional player, you have to practice 4 to 5 hours. You should go above that. But I mean, if you feel like you want to practice 3-4 hours of focus, practice is a lot better than 10 hours of distraction practice. I think you have to focus, you have to give your all. You have to think that you are playing a tournament. You should not think that you are practicing. I think you have to think that you are playing the tournament while practicing. I think then that motivation just comes, like, okay, I have to do something. This is my game. I think you should always remember that. And yes, I think practice is always very important. You should have to be disciplined. You have to have dedication to play chess. Generally, it's a little boring game, so that love needs to be there.
Yeah, I think we can take away our takeaway can be like quality over quantity, right? So don't look at the
Definitely.
number of hours, yeah, but how much time your child is focusing. Hmm? Yeah,
Definitely.
so I think focus is the main point, concentration is the main point, and I would add here, Arpita ji, that focus needs to be worked on very consciously nowadays because you know how many distractions are there, and for kids, it's not very easy. In chess, keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. Sometimes our children get distracted. So that is why this mind training techniques are super important to include your everyday practice. And Arpita ji, we are glad from Brighter Minds across the globe and also in South India, we keep doing this so much. You know, apart from training in the chess, training of the mind is an integral part. Hmm? So,
Definitely, ma'am.
yeah, because,
You have to.
yeah.
No, go ahead, ma'am, please.
No, I was just saying, you know, that unless you train the mind, like few relaxation techniques, meditation techniques, then techniques to improve focus, emotional resilience, you need to consciously train the mind of the child to make the game better. So that's why I wanted your input in this, Arpita ji. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. I think chess is not a game of on the board, but off the board. It's a game of psychological, emotional roller coaster. So you have to have that mindset that okay, whatever happens, I will give my best. Like I said, what will happen will happen. that's very hard, right? That's why I think nowadays we need to have trainers like you, ma'am. I think we need to have trainers who is helping us to focus our mind, our emotions, our psychology. Because whatever happens on the board, it's not just if it not just stays on the board. It also we also get this feelings and emotions of the board as well. I mean, let's say we are finishing. I finished one of my games around 2 p.m. and I had one of my matches around 3. It's very hard to come back because I have given my all and I lost my game. I was winning. It's very hard to come back. I think that is why we need psychology. We need the emotional control of our own self, which is hard. But yes, we have to get there, and then slowly, I think it will be easier and helpful for us to focus chess more. It helps us to focus chess more, the psychology and the emotional, once we recover the barrier.
So you also experience that when we lose, then it is difficult to again sit and then face the challenge, right?
Definitely, ma'am. I have faced this so many times. Till now, I'm facing it. But okay, now I know how to handle a little better because of the experience. But yes, for the young mind, they need to have certain trainers too, and also they can practice meditations. They can practice. They can focus on their game, on their quality of game, rather than focusing on the results. I think then the emotional will be little balanced. But yes, definitely we need a trainer for sure, mind trainer. It always helps.
Yeah. And sometimes like overconfidence happens after winning or when they are in the better position, our young children, they are overconfident. Hey, I'm winning now. So what to do and how can parents help in that situation?
Okay, overconfidence, I think most of the time leads to careless mistakes. I always remind my students generally to demand respect, no matter what the position is. I think parents can help praising focus to their children, praising focus discipline instead of only wins, only about the result, encouraging review their victories and error as well. I mean, growth comes with humility and steady practice and learning, not just results. So yes, they have to focus on that. I think that will be really helpful.
And what I saw, how parents would come to know that child is becoming overconfident, they reduce their practice a little bit, So that is how you will come to know that, okay, my child is becoming overconfident. Overconfidence will show itself in lesser practice or casual practice, That is how you can identify that child is becoming casual or overconfident, that no matter what I'll do, So
yes,
that
also sometimes, sorry to interrupt, also sometimes we say as a player, we will say, okay, we'll see on the board what will happen. I know what is going to happen. This kind of attitude should not be there. I think we have to be disciplined and determined whatever we do in every step of life, not just in chess.
And also, I was listening to one of the grandmasters in chess. He was saying that he was almost winning, Arpita ji, and his friends were there online, and he was waving to them, and things were happening. Then all of a sudden, he missed one move, and complete table was turned. So he was saying it's not over till it's over.
Exactly. That's the beauty of chess. Like, it's not a physical game, it's a mental game. And I mean, not every day is ours, but whenever the day comes, you have to give your all. And until it's finished, it's never finished. Like Laska says, it's very hard to win a winning game. So,
Yeah.
so yes, we have to be focused until the end. That's why many games actually I also lost some of the games like that. I mean, I was completely winning, but yes, at the last, because of the patience or something like that, I think that's why it's very important to do meditation and pre-game ritual as well, like little walk to calm down your mind, so that you are not bothered about the game. Like, I will say one example. Whenever we are winning, like let's say we are Mitchell up or we are winning on the board, we feel that okay, it's now over. I mean, I'm better, I can relax a little and let's see some games or something. That should never happen. If you are better, you have to finish it off, or else You never know when your opponent comes with another counter play. You have to give your all and finish it off and then enjoy. Because the moment you relax, your mind, gets that phase. It's very hard to come back and, be on the same pace and go ahead with it. So you have to finish it and then you can. I mean, that's what I am still learning, ma'am, definitely. But yes, I mean, that's what comes with the experience, I think.
Yeah. So I would say consistent focus, right? So once you have focused and you are in good position, still be in consistent focus. Don't lose your focus, because until you finish the game, it's not over. Anytime.
Correct, ma'am.
So that is the learning that we parents should be giving to our children, that focus for the entire time, and we should intentionally give them these techniques how to focus. And if you need any help, our cognitive training team is of course with you. You can contact us for any this kind of support for mind training your child. It's super important. And Arpita ji, one more thing, many parents feel the fear of higher rated players, right? So when our children have to face higher rated players, some FIDE rated international rating player who is higher rated, then they become little shaky. They start being and they get scared. They are children, right? So how to overcome that in children? And also like you also keep playing at the global level. Recently you were in Europe. So what is experience in your age? Does it happen in your age as well?
Definitely, ma'am. It happens to every age. It's not just me. I think, okay, for me, for us, let's say all of the players, it happens that we feel that, okay, there are higher rated players. So let's say for Carlson, I think it must be happening that he has to maintain his rating. He has to maintain his, or like, first place and everything like that. He has to maintain his ranking. I think it happens to everyone. It's not just me. But I think what we can remember is that high rated players are not unbeatable. They are beatable. And I think we can learn that we should learn with the game. It's an experience. It's a journey. It's not the results. And okay, I think playing stronger opponents we should feel that it's a teacher. Whenever we lose or win, it doesn't matter. We are going to get experience for sure. And it will help us to get better with the days. And I think, ma'am, in general, still, whenever I play with the higher opponents, I will say that I focus on the game, on the pieces, not on my opponents. I think it's very important to focus on the pieces, not the opponents. Like whom you are playing, it doesn't matter. How he is playing or how she is playing matters the most. So, yes, and parents can help their children by encouraging them that, okay, your effort, that's what matters, not the results. And confidence, they should help their...
Just give me a minute, ma'am. I think someone has... can you please put your audio off? Yeah, ma'am, please continue.
Yes. Sure, ma'am. Parents can help their praising their children that, okay, your effort, that's what mattered to me. You should give your best. Whatever the results are, I'm with you. Because I think our parents' help is a really important thing in a child's career, not in just chess, but also in life. I think they know their children the best. I think they stay with them. I think if they are with them, there is no one, in this society or in every whole globe or world. I mean, their children cannot be breakable if they are with them. I think that is the very important thing. And yes, and I mean, they should tell their children that, okay, it's an opportunity and it's not a threat. You should learn from this.
Yeah, Arpita ji, I still remember when you told my son that play the board, not the person. So he always remembers that line from you. Play the board, not the person. Right?
Yes, definitely. I also use this, ma'am. Like, play the pieces, play the board, not the person. Because, I mean, it's a mind game. So maybe one day he is like 2700, but another day he could be 2300. You never know, because it's a mind game. It's all here. It's not like I'm already ahead in that because I have physical strength. It's all here. You never know how the player mindset are going today or tomorrow or yesterday. So we should play the pieces and the board, not definitely the player, but not the rating.
True. So parents, can I ask you to repeat this after me and write in the chat? It's not the rating, it's the move on the board. It's super important, because whatever we will think, like as parents, if we keep on talking about rating, if we ask how much rating do you have, hey, why didn't you win, your rating decreased. So the moment we not only talk, but even if we think about rating, that goes to the child. And believe me, your child understands from your facial expressions, from your gestures. The moment you feel bad about decreased rating, your child understands that rating is important. So whatever Arpita ji is saying, it's not only that children have to do it, but we parents have to do it consciously. Why? Because I think somehow some audios are getting on. So I request everyone to please put your audios off. Yeah. So I think intentionally, consciously, we have to tell our children, we have to talk to our children in that way. And also, we ourselves have to think that it's okay. It's okay, because, like Arpita ji is saying, one day you can be 2700, other day you can be 2300, and this is perfectly fine. It happens, it's game. No one can always win, right?
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
And Arpita ji, one more thing, when they are losing position, suppose they are in losing position and they give up, right? In those particular positions, they give up. Like we already spoke about it. But what's your suggestion for that? How can parents help those scenarios? Because many children keep losing and then losing because, they give up in those scenarios, and then, their emotional resilience also goes down. So any suggestion from your side as a player?
Definitely. I think I remind, let's say, a lot of my students that lost position can be still saved
Mm.
through resilience.
Mm.
Opponents may have made mistakes over the board under the pressure, or at least they can learn to defend. I mean, the children should learn to get defend and fight back, because I think resistance is very important when it comes to chessboard. And giving up too early is also, we are losing a lot of valuable lessons as well, right? We came here to learn take experiences as well. So when it comes to parents, I will say that they should acknowledge effort in tough games, build that will help them to build mental toughness, and praising their persistence, that okay, I mean, I'm with you, it's okay, you did well, rather than only victories. I think acknowledging effort in tough games matters a lot, rather than acknowledging only their victories, but their efforts. I think it's important, ma'am. And children understand that staying calm and resourceful difficult position just as important as playing well in any position. I think this habit strengthens a person both in chess and in character.
That is where both need to be worked on. While not
Yes,
only in
yes,
chess,
definitely.
in every sport, but especially in chess, because it's mind game, like we discussed, right? And
Right,
notice something
definitely.
here, yeah, yeah. And notice something here, parents, they are not just chess challenges, these are life challenges, right? And staying humble after success, bouncing back after failure, and dealing with fear, you know, dealing with fear for in any situation, focusing under pressure. So all these, all these are crucial life skills. Chess is not just a game, it's a life in 64 squares, right? So please remember that whenever you are training your child, it's not only for chess, it's also for their life. So this is super important to understand that whenever we are working, it's not that you are working only for their chess skills. When you are working for their overall life. So Arpita ma'am, let's also discuss some of the strategies that you can give our parents, our students, so that they can start using it immediately. So any tips and tricks that you want to tell our students and parents here?
I think before playing games, we are really nervous. Like I am nervous because this is my first podcast. But I think some things we can do, as like before each game, we can go for a simple walk, and we can have deep breaths. I think that is really important. Meditation and visualization. Like close your eyes, and imagine yourself. I mean, in certain scenarios we get affected and we are scared of. So I think we can imagine those situations and we can visualize that what is exactly happening. Maybe visualizing that situation and staying there will help us to get our anxiety better. And I think mindfulness is also important. Just stay in the present. Stay in the present. Give your best, and don't focus on the future, because it's not in your hand or not in anybody's hand. You can do best in your present. I mean, to help or to make better in your future. And yes, I think how can it help? I think parents should support their children. Like, I mean, as a child, I can say, as a player, I can say, we are already fighting over the board. So I think we need the support from the parent to understand us, to stay there with us, that okay, to have that faith. And as a coach, I will say that okay, definitely we should understand that we should know and we should understand with the experience that maybe sometimes child goes overconfident, child gets overconfident, sometimes child gets little anxiety, they will be giving up. But with all this mindset, one thing is important, that parents should stay with their children, whatever it happens and whatever it takes. They should give them some affirmations, like, okay, I'm with you, it's fine, whatever it takes. And also, I think in general, they should respect and have faith in their approach rather than their victories and loss and efforts. I think that is very important.
Approach means fighting spirit, right? Whether you are
Exactly.
putting your full efforts on the board.
Giving 100% or not, basically. That's what the matter is. I mean, in everything, like, it's not just in chess, I think in life as well. If they're giving 100%, that's what I mean, every parent wants, right? Okay, that my child is giving his or her best. That is what it does.
And I really loved the way you said that pressure is already there. So when your child is playing competitive chess, or your child is a professional player, they already understand the value. When they lose on the board, they themselves feel that pain. So they are already under pressure. So when we show pressure through our gestures or through our facial expressions maybe, or even when we ask, why didn't you play for longer time? I was sitting in one tournament for my son, and then I heard few parents saying, why didn't you play for longer? Why did you come back so early? One of the parents, she was saying, you could have tried a little bit more to win. So these statements that you should do better, you would have practiced more, all these sentences, they add to their pressure, and it's not going to help anyway, because you want your child to be better. So the lesser the pressure they will feel from parent side, the better they will do, because they already understand the value. And like Arpita ji said, allow them to fail, because once they fail themselves, they will understand the value of practice more. We cannot protect them from everywhere.
Definitely.
Arpita ji?
I agree with you completely, ma'am, in this. I think you're completely right. I think our parents' because we are, I think, we are kind of surrounded already with so much of competition and everything in life, in chess and everywhere. But I think that one thing that our parents are there, that one thing is always there, always stays in the mind, that okay, whatever it happens, I have two people there with me, whatever it takes. So I think yes, they play a really brilliant and very important role in anybody's career, professionalism, anything. Also, as a person, how they grow, I think it's very important to all the parents there to understand that yes, you should have faith. I mean, of course, they have, definitely. But yes, I mean, respect their approach and effort. I think that's what the matter is. Matters all.
I understand that we want them to win, and they also want to win. It's not that they don't want to win. They also want to win. They are the players, right? But
Yes.
it's very human. As parent, it's very human to feel that pressure within yourself when your child is playing. And I'm also a chess parent. I understand how much you are concerned, right? What is happening, inside the
Yes, yes.
tournament, whether my child is winning or losing, everything is right. But sometimes we also send their friends that, okay, go and see how they are playing, are they winning, and then they understand, what is happening outside. So those, because children are picking up on our thoughts, not only actions, but our thoughts, our, the same vibration, same energy we will give anyway. We will be talking to someone else, he doesn't have work hard, that thing also goes to children. So when your child is in competitive chess, all these things also matter a lot, because in our mind training we tell parents that, see, this is a triangle: child, and then parents, and then coaches, mind coaches or chess coaches. Unless that triangle is complete, child cannot learn. So that triangle needs to be completed. We have to be very careful when we are talking, when we are saying something to others as well, Arpita ji, because this adds to their pressure. So we have to be very, very careful that we have to make them comfortable. Just keep a watch. They should not become casual. They should keep their regular practice. But one thing also I realized, Arpita ji, that whenever we, label something as very important. For example, if I start saying to my son that, see, we are going to play nationals, it's super important, that anxiety increases. So don't let them feel something very special. You are moving in the right direction. Keep practicing, keep your regular schedule. Every tournament is important and you are going to get many chances. So that's how our job is. That's what I feel as cognitive coach. Arpita ma'am, we would like to have your inputs here.
Yes, I think one thing is very important. Now, what's a really important thing to show our emotions? So we should use it positively, whatever it takes. Like let's say there are certain ways. I think we should learn that. There should not be any negativity, because once you say in certain things in certain tone and in certain way, I think the child doesn't feel the pressure. And I think we should learn that, as nowadays it's very important in the society, because it's very competitive and the child is already practicing so much, focusing so much, and trying to be there so hard. So I think it's the positive mindset of every single people in this society to help and improve the society and create a good society, I will say.
I had one student who kept a chess diary, and after each game he wrote one lesson, right, what he learned, and his progress was skyrocketed, because the way we were discussing the other day, these are your teacher mistakes. Whenever you lost somewhere, whenever you blundered, right, so those are your beautiful teacher mistakes, right? And another child, they began a 2 minutes meditation before every game. Like you can see Gukesh, whenever I see Gukesh video, I see he meditates just before the game. And also Arpita ji was saying meditation helps. And you will see many players nowadays, they have started, because of so many distractions nowadays. You need to channelize all your energy. You need to channelize. Children are sharper nowadays, no doubt about it. They are more intelligent. But that energy needs to be channelized. It's super important. That's why keep doing things at home, so that you can work on their focus, you can work on their emotional resilience, and we need to do it intentionally. As parents, you need to keep thinking what to do so that it will add to this. And also, if you need any professional help, any structured help, our cognitive training team is always there with you. I will also share details with you in case you want to know more about it, in case you want to have something from Arpita ji. Arpita ji is a professional chess coach as well. As we shared with you, anything that you want from her, I can always request her. And I'm sharing our YouTube channel details and also WhatsApp group details. I will also share my number, just in case you want to have any help from us. We are there. Feel free to connect with us. So now consistent practice we were talking about, and these habits make a difference because when you include these things intentionally, consciously, they make a difference. Certainly, you will see that change in your child. And parents, let's be very clear. You wouldn't send your child to a tournament without a coach for tactics, right? You will not just send your child. You will try to train him. So a coach for tactics is important. Or without fitness training, would you send for any sport? No. Then why to send them without mental training? So mental training is super important. And believe me, when we are not intentionally and consciously training their mind, other people already are. TV is training them, mobile is training them, their friends are training them, they are getting trained in the school, right? So this is the missing piece in our child's chess game. Please think about it and intentionally do whatever you can do. And for any help, I already gave you my contact details, our coordinates, and that's where these structured training come in, because it's super important to work on their focus, emotional resilience. And in our YouTube channel that I have shared with you, we keep sharing few small tips, every day one video for some tip. You can implement that and also give us feedback when you implement what change it brought to your child's life, in your family's life. Because focus, emotional resilience, intuitive thinking, right, creative thinking, problem solving, these are very important, because we don't push children with pressure, right? We guide them with playful, science-backed exercises. And that's super important, especially because now AI is coming. The age is different. This era is very different. Digital distractions are much more than they were there in our time, So to make their minds sharper, more channelized, energies should be channelized, they should be calmer and confident. And when a child learns to train their brain, every game, every win or loss, that becomes a step forward, not a setback. Even when you can learn from your mistakes, like Arpita ji said, it's super important. And Arpita ji, there are few more questions that were sent to us. If you are okay to take it, I think
Definitely, ma'am.
we have only 5 more minutes. I'll just share with you those questions.
Yes, ma'am.
I think people are sending in the chat. So first question is from Peenal Sevalia ji is, my child is not playing aggressive. He is scared of taking risks. How? So this is from Peenal Sevalia ji. What would you like to say?
Okay, I think first of all, thank you for your question, and I understand her concern. But okay, I think many children start out a little hesitant in their play when it comes to aggressive chess, and it's very natural. What's important is their child is developing the foundation and understanding for the game. Aggression in chess is not just about attacking. I think it comes with recognizing safe opportunities, I would say, and evaluating risks, building trust, and their own calculations. With time and experience, and I think encouragement, they will gradually do the aggressive chess. I think every player is different on their own way, and yes, I mean it's not the thing to bother. I think they will do definitely with the slow and the steady progress. Everybody has their own style, and that's what makes them unique.
And also one more thing we should remember, whenever a soldier goes to war and has one sword in one hand, other hand has to be with that dhal, we call it, right? So unless you learn to defend, you cannot learn to attack. So both goes hand in hand. Arpita ji, am I right?
Definitely, ma'am. Absolutely, you are.
Yeah. So and also remember, students who train the mind, they are the students who don't do things on board, like Arpita ji said, they perform consistently better because they are working on their skills of mind. They are super important. So please focus on that as well. Being aggressive is not the only thing. There are many more things that you should include. And I think it answers your query. Next is from Ayushi ji, how to succeed in my life. is the question. Okay.
Okay, I think success in life is a lot like success in chess, I will say. Because chess is always a helpful sport we can implement in the life as well. I think it's not about winning. You should approach each move like you should approach each step of your life. And okay, I think you need a clear direction. What you want to do, you should be determined and disciplined to do that. You should be hard work. And yes, I think you should have patience. And success is overnight. You have to work for it, and small efforts adds up. So go ahead, do hard works, whatever you want to do in your life, whatever it takes. Just be determined, disciplined, do the hard work, focus on your goal. Definitely you will achieve and you will be successful.
Yeah.
And successful doesn't come with a high-flying salary or something. I mean, you could be leading a simple life and you could be happy. Your happiness is what shows that you are successful. So be happy, Ayushi.
Yeah. And also one thing, like in success, you should be like enjoying things, right? So that is the
Yes.
success basically. So only one mantra for success is start enjoying your failures. Is start making them your friends. Then there is success. So people who are friends with their failures are always successful later on. Okay, so next is how to handle the child during adolescence stage. R. Sumangali ji is asking. Arpita ji.
Yes, okay. The stage is hard, but I think you can handle your child with patience and empathy. I think we should listen more than we say, and okay, respect their independence. I think you can set clear and fair boundaries that we should not go ahead of that, and we should have open communications, support their interests and values, and okay, balance. We can balance and adapt their trust, helping them to grow responsibly and confidently. I think. We should listen more than in this age, I would say, rather than saying things, because I think this age is some age that we get independent. We got to learn so many new things. So yes, parents already have crossed that age and they have so much of experiences, definitely. So yes, listen more. I think be open for open communications. I think that will be definitely helpful.
Yeah. So whatever Arpita ji is sharing, she is sharing from her experience. And Silky Avasthi ji, please don't share your screen by time and again. It's difficult for me to handle this. How to make kids understand the importance of hard work, dedication and patience. Shabad ji is asking.
Okay. Now this is a good question, I would say. Okay, think of learning. I think like playing in chess or any game they love, I will say. I think to get better, we need to practice. Practice in chess is hard work, right? Staying focused even when it's tough, it is the dedication. And waiting for the right move or the result is called patience. Success doesn't come instantly. It earns step by step, like in chess. We have to earn it. Like with the step-by-step process, it's hard to tell at the very young age. It's very hard to understand and tell the values. Okay, they can tell that, okay, Gukesh doesn't become world champion like that. It's the 17 or 16 years of hard work that he is doing. So I think the examples nowadays are very clear to show in the society.
Yeah, and one more thing I'm observing nowadays, we pamper our children a lot and we protect them from all the faults. My child should get everything in hand, nothing should be bothering my child. Let your child experience it. Suppose you keep saying, beta work hard, child will not listen. But allow him to lose once, it's okay. Right? Then he will understand the value of hard work. Like one of the parents, she is associated with me, she tells me that she used to tell every time in exams, beta study hard, you will lose marks, it will feel bad to you. Child was not listening. Then she said, I left in one of the exams. And in that exam, child did very poor. And then when child himself saw that all other children are doing well, he was not able to, then somehow when she started telling after that, he started receiving a bit. So maybe sometimes it's important to let them experience that failure, that okay, you experience the consequences of not working hard.
Yes, I think, like you say, ma'am, it's important to fall to rise. I think you have to fall in the way to rise, because if you don't fall, you don't understand the values, like what you are getting and what you are having.
Yeah.
Exactly like parents' love. Like I'll say that at the certain age we don't understand that, okay, whatever they are saying for good. But once we fall, we are at when let's say we are fast in the school, but we become 10th. We understand, okay, whatever they were saying having some point, because they are saying with their experiences, and that's very important. So that's why, in case you have to rise, you have to be in top, you have to go through that hard journey of fall, then you will rise really higher.
Yeah, but your child needs the mental tools. It's super important, because today's time is very different with lot many distractions. So you should also keep watching that your child should not be drifted somewhere else also. Just keep that watch, keep training the mind. It's super important now, because unless you train their mind in the right direction, 10 more people, 10 more places, 10 more things are already ready to take them in different direction, negative direction. That's why it's super important, right? And and Arpita ji, the good news is these skills can be learned. Focus is like any muscle that can be trained. Concentration is like any other muscle in your system that can be trained. Focus, resilience, calmness, they all are trainable, right? But with the right support, support is very important. You should know the strategies, you should know the techniques. Only telling them to focus more and more, be more resilient will not work. You have to give them practical techniques, practical methods, right? So every child can grow, but think about it, right? And if you need any help, I am again telling you can always contact us, but be doing it. It's very important that you understand that you have to do it intentionally and consciously and find time for it. Okay, so Sanskriti ji is asking, is there any online testing for chess so that we can learn and play well? Arpita ji.
Online testing, you can use such website or such site like Lichess and chess.com. You can get certain memberships on chess.com, so that your child can understand the simple rule of chess and can get encouraged with certain things like Puzzle Storm, Puzzle Rush. But Lichess is completely free. I think I would suggest you can go to Lichess, and it's completely free, and you can make an account and you can see what he's interested, or it's just one day interest, or he's really curious to learn the game.
And also chess.com, some part of it is also free. You can just explore.
Yes, okay. But I think Lichess is little
easier. Huh?
Yeah, easier. That's what I will say, because it has a lot of other opportunities it gives. Chess.com is definitely good, but yeah, it has some
restrictions and
some subscriptions.
So one more parent is asking, any online classes for chess? So I would like to tell you that Arpita ji also takes it, but I think Arpita ji, you don't take basic students, right? Or you take from some level? How it is?
I think I don't if they are just starting the chess, I think it's better to give and go to any chess academy, and the child is at certain level like 1400 or something like that, and I think it's good to get the professional coach, and it will be nice then.
Some level of rating, and then Arpita ji would be able to help you. But before that, if you want some help, I can always help you with more trainers. Please contact me. I have shared my number. I can connect you with more trainers, and those trainers are available. And if your child has some level of rating, of course we can contact Arpita ji also. Supriya ji is asking, my child spends 2 to 3 hours online chess. She is actually good, but I think it increases her screen time, Arpita ji. What would you say?
Yeah, then I will say that tell her to practice on board. Board is the first thing that invented when it comes to chess, right? So why not to practice on the board? Why not to see the books? Like reading a book is always helpful. It always calms your mind down, and it also helps you to visualize. Reading a book always helps us to visualize the positions. So read the book or study in the board. If you feel that your child is seeing more screen time, then tell her to practice 2 hours on board and 1 hour on laptop or let's say tab, whatever it's convenient, or maybe on phone.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and also it helps. I mean, when they practice on board, it helps. Class name and timing of the class. So yeah, so that depends. You can connect with me. I'll talk to you on what level your child wants to learn, and then accordingly you can be guided for the trainer. Tell me how to learn chess at home without a coach, Sanskriti ji is asking. So if you want to learn basics, then there are different guidance things, and if you want I mean, you already have some rating, then the direction is different. So you can connect with me, as I said. Yes, so it's not the rating, it's the move on the board. Yes, so parents resonate with you, Arpita ji. How to prepare for competition without academic studies? Siddharth Srivastava ji is asking.
Okay, I think this is a very common question nowadays asked. Okay, I think
competitive chess with academics, yeah. Difficult.
It's hard, but you have to balance it. I mean, it's definitely very hard, but you have to choose one. Like you can't go with both of the ship, but you have to choose one. That which is more important, if it's chess or it's study. Like let's say you can give 60% to that, which is more important, and you can give 40% to other things, which is a little lesser important at this point of time. So I think we can focus like that.
Yeah. I think we are done. Yes, so Priya ji is asking for your personal details. I'll talk to you later, and if you are comfortable, I can share your contact with her. Okay. Thank you, Arpita ji, for joining us. I think it helped us a lot, and thank you all the parents for joining and taking time out for your children to understand. And yeah, it's super important for us parents to support them without pressure, but with right tools and methods. So please reach out to us in case of any help needed. We are there for you. Every Sunday we keep on bringing different webinars to you at 7:30 p.m. IST every Sunday. Remember, every Sunday. Thank you, Arpita ji.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, everyone.